Alright. Yeah, video has started. Okay, it's, yeah, the amazing atheist done this really horrific video on vegetarianism. Here's a little thing here. It says, hey guys, use this video to troll vegetarians. It's highly effective. You people like being called guys? I mean, you know, just completely manipulated and but anyway, he's got this asshole has 164,000 subscribers. I mean, this is YouTube. I mean, this is atheism on YouTube. Yeah, it's so discouraging. So, you know, I just, you know, I had no hope for the human race, but this is just, yeah, I mean, there's just no real point in being on YouTube anymore. I think this might have finished me off. But anyway, let's go through this horror.
Yeah. This could be good. I'd like a double baconator. Cows, chickens, and pigs. 3 animals that have succeeded tremendously under the wardship of human beings.
Alright, so by this logic, if Martians came down to Earth and farmed human beings for food, and we were able to grow our population to 25 billion because of their farming techniques, that would be defined as a success. The human race would therefore be a success if we all sat in little mud pits in little tiny cages and we were force inseminated and force fed and force everything. That would be the definition of successful human enterprise. That's how stupid this logic is, and he's going to troll vegetarians with logic this pitiful, disgusting, putrid. This fuckturd is the face of atheism on YouTube. This moron who thinks the only thing humans live for is survival. You know, by this survival equation, by raw numbers, cockroaches and termites own Earth. So they're the definition of life on Earth. They're the real substance and meaning of the word, even. Oh, fuck.
And I can already hear you animal rights types protesting. Whoa! We eat them! How can you say they're successful?
We don't just eat them. And look, you can eat them. But this idea that you will take no account, you will have no appreciation, none, just none. You'll just take. And I mean, in this completely gluttonous way. I mean, so you feel the same way about all the little mice that are used up in laboratory experiments. You might find a rational argument and say, okay, well, we can justify the cost because of the benefit gained, but you still have some sort of remorse, some sort of appreciation, and you show nothing here. You're laughing at their suffering. It's not about they're getting eaten. It's about how we treat them, you asshole.
When we're eating them. Doesn't make sense to me, man. You're
Yeah, well, they're dead when you're eating them, okay? It doesn't matter anymore after they're dead. What matters is the years they spend being tormented and tortured and having their nuts cut off, you fucking gigantic pig of a monstrous person thing. I mean, you creature, I mean, an animal couldn't even contrive this kind of rationalization. So they don't have a dishonest enough psychology to rationalize nonsense like this. I torture because it's good for them.
Burger is harsh and my mellow. Yeah, we do eat them. And we eat jelly beans, too. You know what it means if...
Yeah, we do these things, do we? Is that what we do? I think Ronald Reagan ate jelly beans, but I don't know if we do.
1 out of 10 people likes to eat jelly beans. That means that the jelly bean factory has to manufacture enough jelly beans to meet the demands of 1 out of 10 people.
Again, can you believe this is supposed to be some sort of intelligent argumentation, that somehow it's all about the numbers, that the more number there is, the better you are. So if the more population you have on planet Earth, the more successful you are. So jellyfish or something win. I mean, fuck.
Thank you.
The bacon is raw.
Where's the KFC?
But let's say Time magazine runs a story about how Adolf Hitler just loved jelly beans, adored the fucking things. And all of a sudden a bunch of neo-Nazis start showing up at the candy store trying to eat jelly beans so they can end up like their hero, the Fuhrer. And it turns the general public off of jelly beans a little bit. And now only 1 out of 20 people eats jelly beans. Well, what does the manufacturer of jelly beans have to...
Oh, what the fuck does this have to do with reality? This has nothing to do with reality. We have created these farm animals. They're not natural animals anymore. Their numbers are created completely to our demand. What is all this nonsense? This is meaningless mush.
do, they have to scale back production because there's not as much demand, so they don't need to make the same supply.
Again, so it doesn't matter how human beings live, it just matters on how many there are, right? So we should just try to populate the planet Earth with as many humans as possible, and it doesn't matter what they eat, doesn't matter the quality of their life, doesn't matter how long they live, it just matters that we have a huge population, because that's the definition of a life of integrity and quality. Man, you're fucking stupid. I mean, really, 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 really fuckturded.
Let's think for a moment about biology, specifically selfish gene theory, or...
Yeah, well, you shouldn't even be able to say selfish gene theory, because there is, number one, no such fucking thing, but it would never be applied like this. I mean, you're a slander to fucking Dawkins, you're a slander to atheism. Obviously, you believe in the God of the DNA molecule, and you'll take your marching orders from tradition. Something as stupid as tradition owns you, you fucking retard, and you're just rationalizing tradition.
Selfish genome theory, if you prefer. The idea that genes and not individual animals are the engine driving the speeding train of evolution.
Yeah, again, that is just way too simplistic. That is not an accurate or it's not fair to the goddamn fucking work done. So you're just this is like a slander to Darwin. It's like, why don't you start talking about giraffes growing their necks longer or something, you dumb fuck. You're butchering the fucking science.
Should I try Mr. Pitiful combo today?
No. I'd like a double down sandwich, please.
If we can infer the meaning of life by studying the behavior of life, then the meaning of life is to produce offspring and to...
Oh, yeah, right. Well, that's really hard to do, right? Let's see, what does DNA do? Oh, it reproduces. Man, what? Wow, you atheists are really intellectual, aren't you? Oh, incredible.
Proliferate your own genes.
Yes, and you don't need a brain to do any of that. So we might as well be cockroaches then. We might as well revere the cockroach and the termite because they have more numbers than us. They're obviously more successful and brilliant than we are because they have more fucking numbers. Because it's all about reproduction.
Or your own genome. Okay, so this is the infamous double down.
It's not even, it's just, it's not even called anything. Double down. It's like some kind of basketball move. God, you fucking people are lame.
KFC. It's chicken and more chicken with cheese and bacon in between. This is the Baconator.
Because you can only hope you get salmonella poisoning, and then trichinosis, and then whatever other fucking goddamn thing you can fucking possibly get. Oh, thank God you'll be dead soon.
And It is made of beef and a lot of bacon as well. The red jungle fowl, progenitor to the modern chicken, is an obscure bird confined to a lonely corner of Asia. The chicken...
Yeah, well, so what? The crow and you could come up with 5 other, well, whatever, an infinite number even, almost, of birds. Infinite number? No. But yeah, there's a whole lot of them. You know, pheasants and quails and all kinds of, there's a ton of those. So yeah, no point in going and find the ancestor of the fucking chicken, a flightless bird. Yeah, flightless birds aren't all that fucking successful, TJ. What is a fucking surprise? Well, poorly flying birds.
Chicken, on the other hand, is a dominant global force. There are 8 billion chickens on...
Yeah, and 8 billion cages, and 8 billion beak annihilators, and 8 billion... I mean, what's the point of this shit? You think chickens are proud? God, you're fucking stupid.
On the planet. They outnumber us. Cattle have been domesticated for over 10,000 years. There are
Yeah, and have probably been responsible for most of the human plagues that have taken place through those last 10,000 years. All the big giant diseases were probably a product of the domestication of the bovine.
1.3 billion cows. Pigs have been domesticated for about as long, and there are 2 billion pigs on this planet. When you combine them, you get this gorgeous, picturesque tower of meat.
Yeah, well, you know what? We could carve up your mother, you know, and fry her up in a pan, and she'd come out looking pretty much like that, and probably taste like chicken. So why not? Yeah, why not?
Trying to come up with a portmanteau to describe this monstrosity, like...
She should have been kept in a cage, no doubt. She shouldn't have been allowed to reproduce. She should have been artificially inseminated, it seems clear.
The double bacon downer or something like that.
Yes, you're the downer, alright. Yeah, the Down syndrome, okay? Fucking fuckturd with Down syndrome.
But I couldn't really come up with anything too clever, so I think I'm just going to call it the slaughterhouse, since it has bacon from pigs, beef from cows, and chicken from... I don't know what animal chicken comes from, but yeah. Meanwhile, there are about 20 to 40,000 lions, 200,000 gorillas, and about 100,000 wolves. So,
who cares? Again, this is how you calculate the integrity of a life, is based on how many of them there are. Wow. That is really preposterous. So, I mean, us human beings would be so much more meaningful if there was 20 billion of us. Then we'd be so much more meaningful. Yeah. My life would just be so much better and different if there was 20 billion humans.
Why do lions, gorillas, and wolves suck at proliferating their genes compared to cows, chickens?
You know, this kind of arrogance, you know, is so funny. I mean, these animals have been around for hundreds of thousands, millions even of years, and human